Right there for all of you. Can you handle it? The truth. Aho, Yate, Alpa, welcome back. Missed you last 2 weeks ago or so. I came through here, but Juniper brought me in and gave a little update. And since then, I got a little more of it. Some court processes that I done. But right here today is my voice right here. A lot of you can't look at the truth even. Let it speak to your heart. The truth. This belt is made at 1612 AD. And it says the clan mothers and the headmen are a supreme authority here on Turtle Island. It says here, the foreigners, the immigrants who said they will be slaves to the clan mothers and headmen here. This is your line. You are called Dutchman, Dutch woman. You are British and you are Roman kind. As far as the rest of you are concerned, we don't have nothing with you except some entity bullshit, like some spells on writings. But as far as you right here, Dutch, Switzerland, you descendants of their Dutch, British, Roman, you have no business here on Turtle Island when this belt is on the land and you are trespassing and have broken the agreement. Here it says that we would be friends first. We would learn to be friends. And you can try to define that by Black's Law, but that does not suffice my definition. A friend is a long-lasting relationship, good and bad. Through that, you get respect for one another on each other's land. And this is, again, to show that this Tenehman that is speaking here is a supreme authority headman under a clan mother supreme authority here. This is their laws. I'm just the carrier of their laws, so that their children, including my children, will have peace with you and your kind. Some are here lawfully with good intention. Too many of you are here with bad intention of nothing but money and greed, land stealing, land grabbing. So the belt is still here, and I am still Nii Nee, and I am still in my full identity today. So in that way, Yate, KQBM Radio, Blue Mountain Community, I sat with you this evening, enjoyed a meal here in your house. Thank you, Ashaha. To the land of the Miwok, I acknowledge you, Yate, Silas, and your protectors of the land here. I'm passing through here with the little messages of some court cases that might or might not help you, but it's just some information to help that I can get the live updates back out to my community, which Blue Mountain family. Yate. So thank you for having me over. This is called a Turo Wampum Treaty Belt that I'm holding here. And you can see what is on the YouTube channel, Nii Nee Speaks, Warrior Talk. We're not talking about cookies here. We're talking about the truth and about stealing lands and being on stolen lands that are now proven to be called genocide. The reason why the land has been stolen and for gold and gold rush area. So I'm involved that way out here because I have the problem in Arizona with the Hopi problems and the land settlement, HPL lands. I am from there. I am a resistor, and I did not take no relocation. I still resist you, and I still cut your BLM, Department of Interior fences over there at Hopi, between Pinon, Second Mesa, Palaka, Keams Canyon, Big Mountain, Hard Rock. Until you can do some of these things that I'm sharing here, like such court cases, and you claim that you are not federally recognized, a lot of tribes, and some say they are federally recognized tribes. So whether you are a federally recognized tribe or not, this applies to you, because from here, their line, they got the Bill of Rights and their Articles of Confederation. And that is what I am citing in this particular firmament up there. And you see the signs of what the great creators are up above are sharing with us. That our law is strong, that we are in place here with our people, and the belt is still here upon the land. So the Turo Wampum Treaty Belt 1612 was made up there, and today I sent off again a fax to here in the Sacramento area. The Solicitor General, Lance Wenger, is with the Department of Interior here in the Pacific Coast Southwest region for any of your information, and all the West Coast tribes here. You deal with this people right here that I'm sharing with you here is Lance Wenger. And this is his fax number and everything, 916-978-5694. But I enclosed a couple of documents to him to let him know that I am in contact with their boss man, Doug Burgum, and the Inspector General over there out of Montana. And I sent some faxes to them to inform them that they have a responsibility to this court case that I'm involved in here, that I am contesting their entity and agents who represent these entities, that they are in violation of Article 6, Section 2. Treaties are the supreme law of the land. And again, I shared here this Turo Wampum Treaty Belt here, that it is a belt that is alive and well. And it is made at 1612 Dutch British Roman. So from that court case where it is first cited and stated in this court case here at the Court of Claims, State of New York, there's a court case over there. It is called the People of the State of New York, and it's in capital letters. It's a company there that charged myself as another entity. They spelled it N-I, and they didn't put the extra I on there. There's two I's in my name, and it's in lowercase letters, and then in, and then E-E. So they purposely misspelled the name, and for the longest time there was that Donald Duck smoke there calling me Nii Nee, N-I-N-E-E. So like in the time of the Jesus Christo, there was such a man named Pontius Pilate who would put orders on this peacemaker type of man who they renamed Jesus Christo. Today I want you all to look at that man, Donald Smoke, and understand what I'm sharing right there. So I am up here at this court case, and the court case that Donald Smoke and company, Turtle Clan, Wolf Clan, Bear Clan, set me up in. It's right here. The court case is right here. And I'm speaking to Donald Smoke, Lawrence Laughing, Wanda Johnson, et al., St. Regis Mohawk tribal agents. If you haven't renounced citizenship and you haven't put your moccasins back on and you haven't gotten back into your identity, into that longhouse, then also all of you are involved in the setup that I went through up there, right here. But I just named off your ringleaders of each of your clan: Deborah Square, Donald Smoke, Loran Thompson, Larry Thompson, Nettie Thompson, the Cooks, LaFrancis. There's a whole bunch of you. Mitchells, Lawrence Laughing. There's a whole bunch. Sway, Clayton Jackson, even. You guys all paid. People are gone. Your relatives are gone. Well, here's that case that I went against you. Nii Nee versus St. Regis Mohawk Tribal Police et al. St. Regis Mohawk Tribe. They're Duns and Bradstreet Company. So I filed charges on them here in this case pursuant to this belt right here. The claim number is right here. They censor this case, so if you look for it on the internet, you won't find it. So that's why I'm here sharing it today and talking to you about it, that there has already been a genocide case that I did for 27 charges back in 2016, 2018. I didn't settle with Donald Trump Company or Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General. At that time, I put this many charges on them right here. 27 charges right there. And you can see that it says that you falsely arrested me, you kidnapped me, and you did a lot of war crimes against me. And it's because of this belt right here. The belt is made for as long as the sun shines, the grass grows, the river flows. Is the river flowing? Is the grass growing? Is the sun shining? That's why it is such a threat for everybody, because a lot of you don't want peace. You want money, and you're in love with George Washington, the dead president dollar bill. So you don't see the sun, you don't see the green grass, you don't see the river flowing. You have accepted your entity as your ruler and God. But right here I say falsely arresting, false imprisonment, crimes against humanity, deprivation of rights, human trafficking, fraud upon the court, violation of diplomat immunity, kidnapping, war crimes, genocide, violation of the international treaty laws, violation of the United States treaty laws, violation of the Vienna Convention on Treaties, violation of the Constitution for the United States, for America, and violation of the Truro Wampum Treaty. This was again served on Loretta Lynch. She was like Bondi today, Bondi, that same lady. They already got some documents from me. We're going over the same thing that I already did back in 2013 to 2018. This is how it ended up right here, everybody. And in what they did over there. They're attempting to do this over here on this side of the West Coast from Fort Bragg to right here to Mount Shasta, to conquer, to take over, come back in, re-enter, and redo all of this to us again. Like we don't have these things. So that's why I am censored and very thankful with the community here, KQBM. And that's why I am here to reshare this update with you so that all of us can be aware of these things going on in the government entity, the B system, the 666 Social Security system, SSN translate to slave surveillance number. So right here, Nii Nee against the state of New York Inc. Right there, T. Shatterman. That was back in March 2018 that I said I won now on those 27 charges of genocide, and I want this amount right here. It's 666, and if you count the zeros, there is 11 of them. And this was not for the George Washington that everyone's in love with. This was for gold mint coin. So I didn't settle. Settlement means that we are gonna go behind that door over there, and I'm gonna pretty much grab my ankles and let you fuck me, and I'm gonna also take the money and run and be quiet about it. I am not that kind of people. I come from this kind of people right here. Medicine people. Hastienchil, Azet Hachina, the black reed medicine. The one that saved the people more than once. And his warriors and his headmen. With that legacy ingrained in my DNA, I presented a question in the court case, in this New York case, to get the verdict. To get the verdict of dismiss the case for lack of jurisdiction, that they never had a jurisdiction, federal or state or international, over a true headman with no social security number, no census numbers, no gold cards, platinum cards. Nothing to identify me to your side and the entity side. So the Supreme Court, based off of this questions presented here, is the legal issues you addressed in the courts below that you desire this court to review. Please identify where in the record or appendix these issues were raised in the courts below. So in this case, the people of New York versus Nii Nee, and the court case number is 131-00007. 131-00007. 13 charges that were put on Nii Nee, capital letters. I put in a motion to dismiss based on the diplomatic immunity and the card that I have. I've already won previous court cases, and I was being the subject of this. So I put in for a lack of jurisdiction, that there's no social security number applicable, and that I am a carrier of the peace treaty belt here. So I had put on there the first rule of law is in sovereignty is the great law of peace. The first rule of law is peace here on Turtle Island. It comes from this belt here, but it comes from previous things that are carved in stone. So I have been protecting this peace by enduring the employees of state entity agencies arresting me and trying to put me back in a system. and do that doctrine of discovery on me all over. Kill the Indian, save the man. And I keep winning. But I want you all to win. And when you're out there on the front line, you have to understand this is the belt that you want to cite in the court case, and that it's already won. They just hide it from you. It has already won in Albany, New York, Supreme Court. It's already won. I'm just going to say the same thing to this California state. The same things I'm saying here in New York. I'm going to say it in this federal court that will go to the appeals court, that will go to the Supreme Court. Along the way in these things, they're going to try to stall me and try to kill me while they are trying to get out of this court case here, 24 CV-3185. Like they did here. They tried to kill me and put me in a system for this court case. Took 6 years right here, from 2013 to 2018. And then that's when I officially get the verdict right here. Because any court has to establish the rule of law to preside over the court case. In this case, the people of New York versus NI, and then NEE, Nii Nee. And the question is can the state provide a burden of proof? Can you provide something that I'm putting on you? And that thing that I'm putting on you is a signed instrument in 1948 specifically, because you got me in any of these courts from New York to California by saying that I'm under state and federal jurisdiction. And you use this thing called Title 25 Indians. Title 25 Indian codes, U.S. codes, and you think that I'm a coded Indian, a statutory Indian. But I'm not, so that doesn't apply. So show me something else. Like, what do you got signed in 1948? I know you got some statutes that are not laws. You've got some codes that are not laws under Title 25 Indians. Title 25 Indian U.S. Code, subsection 232 and subsection 233 specifically. You made those in 1948. When also there is a turtle clan of the Iroquois that is sacrificed to make this happen right here. They sacrifice a clan mother to put 2 fake statues on top of her. That is called 232 and then 233. And then they went on to say that in this 232 and 233 that the Indians under 25, the clan mothers and the headmen gave up their supreme authority off of this belt right here. So all of a sudden, somewhere in 1948, there's some paperwork that says that there's this statute made, 232 and 233, and that all the Iroquois, all 6 of them that made this belt right here, said that there is no that they are giving up their supreme authority to the federal and the state jurisdiction. And I'm in the court to say, where is it then? Bring it to the court, prosecutor and judge and everybody, and make sure it's agreeable by law, where the headmen and the daughters of the Great Spirit signed over jurisdiction to the state of New York, or the people of the state of New York. So that question is also to be answered for all Indian tribes of North America, because they are supposed to have a peaceful coexistence and agreement with their Great Spirit. So how can you establish a peace with someone that does not have an agreement with their creators, is basically what it's saying right there. So now you need to establish it that any court, how do you have the rule of law on a true sovereign? and the first rule of law, the clan mothers, the daughters of the Great Spirit. This is entered February 13, 2014. Mahan, those days I'm thinking of you and fighting for your authority. My clan mother, son Nazif, it's also right here. It says received and time stamped. I served these things on the court clerk at St. Regis Mohawk Tribal Court Clerk Building, an entity building where it's and its representatives right there. And then it's over here at the Bombay Town Court in Franklin County, one of the first counties that's in one of the 13 slave colonies. So all of these people got served, and I sent this off today to here to the local Department of Interior that I'm dealing with this matter here, like a matter of double jeopardy, a matter of what we call national security when you are breaking that peaceful coexistence. And right here in the Supreme Court, this is in the Supreme Court of Appeals in Albany, New York. Right here, this paper is there. And then this Supreme Court made the people, state of New York, County of Franklin, dismiss all 13 charges for lack of jurisdiction. And that's where I filed the claim right here, and the claim number 128989 in the Court of Claims, state of New York. And you give notice of issue, you give the reason, what is your claim right here. And so I said the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe Police Department Chief of Police Matt Rourke and his officers William Ransom and company arrested a diplomat, like what happened here in California. And I tried to tell him I'm a diplomat. I need your assistance over here, Sheriff, with the constitutional oath. I need you here